Greetings and salutations, Solo Guy here. This is an AAR with a game I haven't played in a while called Bolt Action. Okay, so the setting is 1944, Poland, coming at the end of Operation Bagration. So here's what we've got. We have a bombed out village here, okay? Got a little river. Germans have a mortar team. They have a squad held up in this house here. You have the Germans have another squad held open here in this place. And we have a platoon commander hiding in the ruins before, just in case. Now, they are regular troops versus the Russian force. I'll give a quick thing here. So to show you guys, we have got their regular troops with the exception of one squad. This is an SMG squad, rifle squad, medium machine gun team, another rifle squad, a regular T-34-85 tank, and then you are going to see the inexperienced squad. See a lot of those guys lying down? That's the inexperienced squad, which we get as a freebie. And we get another squad behind it. Okay. Somewhere in there, I may have forgot to put the platoon leader. I'll have to put the platoon leader in there. He is iconic in his way. But anyways, so the goal, as we're going to see here, we are going to have our Russian forces on this side go and take the village. Now, some of you guys might be saying, but wait, what are the points? I decided not to do points. I decided what is going to be a fair situation. Well, not fair, but the idea is how long can the Germans hold out against the Russian juggernaut? Because the Russians are almost at the end of their strength, at the end of Operation Bagration. They started out in Belarus in June of 44. Here we are, it's like August, okay? And they are inside Poland, on the way to Warsaw, and this is just one village on the way to Warsaw. As you can tell, it's been bombed out there. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so we are at the end of turn one. There's a slight difference from the introductory video. I forgot to mention, and I don't have anything, so that's my proxy, 75mm anti-tank gun. And I needed a Russian commander, and that would be that guy over here. Oops, knocked over a tree. Okay, so basically what happened was for turn one, I had the infantry run for cover in the woods. As you can see, the Germans had set themselves up in ambush. The mortar didn't do anything. They set up an ambush. The 75mm AT gun fired and immobilized the T-34-85 on the first run, and they had to go down for the end of turn one. So let's see what else happens. All right, we're at the end of turn two, and already blood has been spilled. The proxy AT gun set itself up in ambush, and so did the original medium machine gun of the Germans. First die drawn was for the T-34-85. The AT gun took care of it, blew that to bits. Ouch. Meanwhile, on the left flank, the medium machine gun team advanced, started laying down a stream of fire, gave them the pin of affection. That's it. The submachine gun company went up, tried to fire on them, no effect. The medium machine gun, German medium machine gun team, fired on them, no effect. The squad here fired on the medium machine gun team, one casualty, one pin. The other guys there, they moved up, running, except for our fearless company commander. Okay, These guys, on the other hand, they also ran up, so guess what they're doing in the next turn? They're going to get to that tree line and start opening up here. So I think the best strategy for the Germans at this point is to just be an ambush. And that's it. All right, folks, stay tuned for more action. Okay, so here we are at the end of turn 3. Essentially, the Germans set up for ambush. One thing I learned, mortars do not set up an ambush. They have to fire, otherwise they cannot do indirect fire, let alone direct fire. So really, for the Germans, the Russians have been doing the action as these guys moved up to start firing. These guys fired back, getting a pin marker. These guys started to move up as well. They executed a run order. They got shot at by the light machine gun over there, by the medium machine gun here, and one guy went down, and they got a suppression marker. The Russians fired here, giving another suppression to those guys. The Russian SMG squad went forth. This squad responded in ambush mode, and 2 went down. This rifle squad moved up. They ran up. And at this point, hero of the turn would be the Russian sniper, who, I would like to point out, took the shot and took out the light German machine gunner. Oof! Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of looking a little bit grim there for the Germans here, but it's supposed to be that way. The question is how long can the Germans hold out, as we are coming at the end of Operation Bagration in July 1944, somewhere in Poland. Stay tuned, Belt Action fans. So here we are at the end of turn 4. The numbers are telling. The Germans fired the AT gun, what a proxy, and the mortar onto here. They missed. These guys attempted, they wanted to fire. These guys intervened, killing off 2 Russians instead. They decided at the last second not to fire but to rally, and they got the marker off. These guys tried to rally. They got most of the pins off. These guys rallied, removing their marker, and these 2 squads rallied, removing their marker. The lieutenant decided to move up, get a little closer to the action. Meanwhile, the platoon commander is in ambush. The sniper took a shot at these guys and hit, but no effect. And these guys are still hanging on. Meanwhile, this is the dead pile. Oh yeah, and the Russian medium machine gun team no longer exists thanks to these guys. Okay, that's it for turn 4. Bolt Action fans, we'll see what turn 5 brings us. Okay, the end of turn 5. Bit of exchange of fire. This squad managed to take out 2 more Germans. This machine gun team fired on these guys, managed to take out a couple of guys. The mortars fired and gave a surprise to these guys, who they failed in their orders. These guys ran forward. These guys ran forward. These guys moved further to go and shoot at the commander. The platoon commander is now dead. So there is no Ossifer around to deal with things. The mortar and AT gun tried to fire, and the mortar succeeded. The AT gun did not. Wow, this is winding down. The Germans are looking very, very thin at this point. Do I go through the last turn? Let's see. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 6. Wow. Bloodshed, bloodshed, bloodshed. These guys opened up, took out the last German there. These guys tried to move forward and fire to no effect. These guys were hit by the mortar and the AT gun. Lost a guy. The sniper decided to do something about the machine gunner. And, oh, the former lieutenant's protege. No effect. These guys tried to fire. No effect. The submachine gun squad tried to move up so they could close in, and the medium machine gun went off in their final thing here, and yeah, you can see the results. They pretty much got wiped almost to the man. This squad here fired, and they took out one more gunner. Our fearless lieutenant boldly advanced over, tried to attempt these guys with the pistol, and utterly missed. But at this point, guys, I am going to call the game. This was meant to be a lopsided action, and it was a question of how long were the Germans going to hold out. And they've done pretty well for the meager resources they had. The Russians lost their tank on turn 1. That was painful. That would have been very useful for them. Special mentions got to go to the inexperienced squad because they did take fire and they still kept going, contributing overall to the overall demise of the left-wing squad here. The submachine gun squad, they'll get posthumous orders there for their bravery. Were there any cowards here? No, not really. Every man is a hero in the Red Army. And the lieutenant's trying to make a name for himself. Meanwhile, the 75mm gun gets a special nod. Okay, it's a pair of tweezers on a piece of wood. Okay, for taking out the T-34-85. The mortar here did some damage, hurt some people. The HQ was a waste. It just was. They didn't do anything important. The medium machine gun team here did a lot of damage. They put a lot of hurt on a lot of Russians out there. And you know what? You guys can turn and see the pile here. Okay, you can see the number of gray versus the number of khaki. It has been a bit of a Pyrrhic victory for the Soviets, even though they won. Well, that's it for us, Bolt Action fans. Hope you enjoyed this solo run. And you take care, have a good day, and God bless you. As we leave Poland 1944, the end of Operation Bagration. One more swoop. And that's it.